North Korea fired around 400 artillery rounds off its east and west coast, violating the 2018 military agreement. Pyongyang's move on Friday came despite warnings from Seoul urging the regime to halt such provocations. Bae Eun-ji starts us off.
At about 5 p.m. on Friday, North Korea fired approximately 90 artillery rounds toward waters off its east coast. About 20 minutes later, it fired about 300 artillery rounds toward the West Sea. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said the shells landed in eastern and western maritime buffer zones, north of the northern limit line, but said none of them landed in South Korean waters. The buffer zones are boundaries set to ease military tensions along the border area. The South Korean military said this was a clear violation of the Inter-Korean Military Tension Reduction Agreement and strongly urged the regime to immediately stop its provocative actions. It also said it's closely monitoring the situation with the U.S. and is maintaining strong defense readiness in case of an emergency situation. In response, U.S. State Department deputy spokesperson urged on North Korea to cease all provocations and called the regime to return to talks.
We continue to believe our ultimate goal is the complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, and we continue to remain open to diplomacy and dialogue as a step towards getting there.
The latest move from the north came despite South Korea's warning on Friday.
Our military is sending a clear warning to North Korea for violating the military agreement and escalating tensions on the Korean Peninsula, and we strongly urge the regime to immediately put a halt to these actions.
South Korea sent the warning after North Korea carried out multiple provocations starting late Thursday night. The North fired a total of 170 artillery rounds in the early hours of Friday, which also landed in maritime buffer zones. At about 2 a.m. on Friday, the regime also fired a short-range ballistic missile toward waters off its east coast. And for 2 hours from 10:30 p.m. on Thursday, around 10 or so North Korean warplanes were spotted flying close to the inter-Korean border, crossing the tactical action line, something that's not happened for the past 5 years. Seoul's JCS said it would hold an annual defense drill for 12 days starting next Monday that will involve field training to strengthen its operational capabilities under various scenarios for North Korean threats. Bae Eun-ji, Arirang News.